Oh, hey guys, it's Esquili here. I'm giving you guys a little bit of a strange video today. Um, this one's a little bit strange because this is actually a recording of a game that actually took place on Access between myself and my friend Purin's actually on the other team, which is why I'm recording this because I thought it was a pretty interesting game. Um, and so it's a recording, so there's going to be things that are going to be a little bit different. You're going to be able to see the other team's positions. You're going to be able to see my team's positions. Everybody's kind of like located on the mini map. You're not going to get the characters or the voice lines or anything like that. You're just going to get kind of like, um, I don't know. This is basically what you're going to get. It's pretty simple. It's pretty bare bones. But this was a pretty interesting game, though. A lot of stuff happened this game. It was pretty crazy. We are playing on Access, which um, for me is a little bit of a strange map. I like it a little bit. There's some good things I like about Access. There's some things I don't like about Access. And it's another one of those maps that has gone through some fairly recent changes in terms of like the way things kind of like play out. Just because of the map. Again, those changes to the map really sometimes can impact the game and really make a big difference on the way you sort of like play. So one of the big changes is right here. If I could get up here, I don't know if I will. Okay, I will get up here. I think I'll probably Z out of here though here pretty soon. I don't think I'll go all the way. Okay, no, I won't. I'll leave. Um, but one of those changes to Axis is that little ledge up there that I kind of like went on. It kind of created an upper path. And four, if you could see on the mini map, is that location that's kind of like being fought over there. That's not actually in that area. It's actually above it in space because this map has like a space section and it has an indoor section as well. So yeah, I mean, Axis is just a pretty crazy map, and sometimes it's one of those maps too where like just because your team is getting pushed into your base doesn't necessarily mean you're going to lose the game, um, and it doesn't necessarily mean you are losing the game either. It's really about coordination, right? I mean, like coordination is really the biggest thing in this game, more than anything, right? Like having good team coordination is the biggest thing. Sometimes it's not always going to be the thing that makes the difference, right? I mean, I think that the biggest thing that does probably make the biggest difference is probably rats. Having good rats or having bad rats is honestly going to be the biggest determining factor of whether or not you win or lose a game sometimes. I say that almost ironically, but it really is the truth, right? I mean, like rats, one person in a rat can do a lot of damage to the enemy team's base or to your base if you're being the one who's being ratted against. So, um, it really is something that that could impact the course and the outcome of the game rats are. So another thing, by the way, since we're kind of like on the topic of it, in terms of things that are different, we're not really on the topic of it, but just speaking of the differences between what you're getting from a recording, um, sometimes is just that you're not also seeing the chat logs, so we're not really seeing what our team was planning, what our team was thinking at any given one point in time, which can be fairly significant, right? But I'll tell you what happens in this game is that our team actually does make a fairly number of big plays in terms of coordinating attacks, which actually do end up doing a lot for us. So um, as you see, we are losing the game here. If you could take a look at the mini map up there on X, they had a rat that just got taken out, but those rats, they do a bit of damage, and that's pretty much what the difference is right now. I mean, right here, where the main fighting is taking place over here at 5, it's pretty dead even right now, right? We're pushing them off the point. They're kind of pushing us off the point a little bit. They are doing it right now here, and we're just trying to do what we can to make sure that we keep possession of the point. And that's the biggest thing for us right now, right? We're losing the game. We don't want to lose 5. If we lose 5, that's gonna stack even more things against us, and we just don't want that to happen. You never want that to happen. So you gotta fight for these sorts of things, and that's kind of what we're trying to do right now. I'm kind of having a difficult time keeping track of my own player, or keeping track of myself. I'm moving around a lot. Finally get taken out there. I don't think I'm gonna get revived. Oh, maybe I do. I do get revived. There we go. And get back into the game. Can do some more damage with some DP balls. I can't see how much ammo I have either. I can't even really see what weapons I'm using or anything like that. But yeah, in this map we were actually using a different deck. We were using Awakened Cube Belay. Believe we were using the Fenix. I believe. I'm not too terribly sure. We were using Zaku Flipper, and then we were using the Glammifaction Bow. The reason why we're using Glammifaction Bow is because Glammifaction Bow I like to use it in maps where I think that my team is going to be making some coordinated pushes. And so in those situations, the Gundam Faction Bow is very helpful because it's a pretty fast mobile suit. And it's a mobile suit that can sustain a lot of fire. Not sustain a lot of fire, but at least like put a lot of fire down range to attack an enemy base without having to really reload. So it's a very good mobile suit for that reason. It's one of my favorites to actually use in those types of situations. And again, the chat you're seeing here, this is just from the Francesca sort of chat of people kind of like talking. This isn't because of, you know, chat that's actually happening within the game itself. So here we are using the Zaku Flipper, just trying to support our team, trying to help them push up. And that's where one of the things I really like doing with the Zaku Flipper is sometimes if you could identify those points in the match where, you know, your team might just need a little bit of a push to kind of like push them over the edge to either take a point or to really, you know, kind of like hold your ground. Zaku Flipper is a really nice mobile suit to really, you know, lock in and really help your team, you know, make that little bit of an effort for a push or really try and hold their ground. You know, because them getting that health and healing them, it's a big deal. It's gonna make a difference. And here we are just kind of reacting to some people who might be thinking about attacking our base. Not too many of them here, you know, just a small you know, amount of players, you know, 3 or 4 players that decided that they were going to try and make a push on our base to try and attack, but, you know, we deal with them pretty easily. I don't think we allowed any of them really to get inside our base. And yeah, I mean, this space area of access is pretty large, right? You know, there's kind of like a bottom lane and a top lane for the space section here, so, and there's ships that could even spawn as well, so it's a pretty crazy map. And again, you know, Axis is one of those tactically and not, I wouldn't say it's a fluid map in the same way that I think something like i7 can be fluid, but in terms of, you know, you deciding when you want to make an attack is a really big deal, because it doesn't take that much of a you know, concentrated effort by your team to actually get it to the enemy's base. It really doesn't, right? You know, if you do things right, you time things right, you can get a fair number of people on and attacking the enemy base at any one given point in time. Right here, our teams are being pushed back to our point, which isn't great. You know, you don't want to get pushed down at this point. If you're getting pushed down here, it's not the end of the game. You know, it doesn't mean that you can't recover from this, but it's harder, right? It's harder. It's definitely harder. You are fighting an uphill battle, literally. You know, it's just whether or not you sustain this, right? You know, how long do you kind of keep this status quo, you know, kind of going for? The longer this goes on for, the more you kind of get stuck in and entrenched almost. And you just don't want that to happen. But again, you know, we are winning the game. We do have the lead. The other team's just putting more pressure on us. And I think that, you know, just looking at the score right here, it seems like we do have a fair number of rats on our team here, even at this moment in the game. That are doing some pretty good stuff right there. There's a Gelgoog cannon that just got taken down. We'll revive the Gelgoog cannon, even though it's just a bot. You know, Gelgoog cannon, a pretty cool mobile suit. One of the mobile suits I hope to use actually in the future. We'll see. Maybe we'll make a Gelgoog cannon gameplay. We'll make a full Gelgoog deck. I think at this point I might be leaving to take part in one of the attacks that our team is trying to coordinate. We'll see. Yes, I am. So our team is trying to coordinate an attack right here. And I believe the strategy was to kind of like come through here through middle point and attack A. As you can see on the minimap, A is already taking a fairly hefty amount of damage. It's probably sitting around 60% HP right now. And again, we're using the Gundam Faction Bow because it has this transformation. It's pretty fast, and it could shoot for a long period of time. It could sustain the fire that it's really putting down, which is really nice. It's one of the benefits of the Gundam Faction Bow. So it's really good mobile suit. We're just being patient here, just kind of like waiting for the right moment, right time. Here's this new Gundam, you know, it's coming in, and we're gonna kind of come and be like, oh, we're gonna fight it, you know, and then eventually, you know, just kind of like, I don't know, it doesn't really do anything, and we just all kind of like decide to take off and leave. So, you know, here we go. Here we're gonna go attack the enemy base now. See if we can make it. What I've learned is that if you come down here, you come down bottom lane, or your approach is down bottom lane, you tend to have a little bit more success. Once you get through this rock right here, the one I'm gonna go through, you're pretty much good to go. You know, once you're down through here, you could just pretty much lay into the enemy base like we're doing right now, and you don't really have to worry about too much. And it's gonna take them some time to react. We're just shooting, getting points, watching our score kind of like go up a little bit higher. And yeah, again, Purin's on the enemy team, so this is Purin's team we're damaging right here. And it's a really, really good attack. I think we actually, I think we destroyed the entire base right here. I think, yeah, we do. A's gone in that attack, and you know, you saw there, it's just that easy, honestly. It's that easy on this map. You know, if you get a group of people together and you're like, all right, hey, we'll attack at this time, and everyone's very coordinated, everyone's on the same page, and people commit, then, you know, it doesn't take a lot of effort, really, I don't think, to really take out one of those bases. So, I mean, Access really is one of those maps, and as you can see, the other teams already taken one, and they've taken one largely, probably, I would suspect, because we decided to make that push toward A, and so they used the opportunity to push toward one, and that might have been them just taking one because they didn't realize what was going on at the point in time. So they just kind of like realized, okay, hey, you know, we're making you know, making ground. Let's just go ahead and take one, which is what they did. So, and now we're gonna have to pretty much defend because once you're in here, actually, this is the part where it's really hard to fight back from if you're already inside your base like this, right? Once you're in here, it's really hard. And just real quick, take a look at our score here. It's a little bit messed up, as you can see, but we have 474 points, or actually. No, we should have a little bit more than that. We should have way more than that. I can't really see. 474 points is, I think, base damage points, but we die right there. So I don't know how many points we have. Unfortunately, we're like glitched out or something like that, so I can't really see. But we have a fair number of points, and we managed to maintain our point. I don't know what's going on right here. Here we go. Okay. So we're still in second, and this is just me going in and trying to repair. You know, what I can, and yeah, this is more stat padding right here, really, more than anything. I mean, but what actually kind of gets a little bit curious is how close the enemy team actually comes to like actually pushing through. They actually do make, you might see a little bit, well you will see, because I know what happened in this game, right? Because this game already happened, so I'm not commentating as the game's taking place, but the enemy team actually pushes us quite a bit. It's pretty significant. Here you see we're in first place. Again, for some reason our score, you know, is glitched, so we can't see how many points we have, but you know, trust me, we have a fair number of points. You know, so we're in first place right now, and you know, all of that's coming from us doing that base attack, right? You know, that's why I like the Gundam faction bow. You know, it's this low cost normal suit, only 320 cost. You know, has a really great shield FABR. So you're shooting your FABR as you have your shield up, which is great, and that's kind of a rarity among Xeon mobile suits, honestly. I mean, I think we're getting a little bit more that have that, but it's just really good because it has that defensive shield up as you're shooting and attacking. So here the enemy team is making a little bit more of a push. They might get a few people in here. We're just trying to hold them back a little bit, make sure that they don't get in. Don't make any more progress in what they've already made so far. We also need to watch this other point over here behind me too. Make sure that other players don't come through from that angle either. And all the while we're trying to make sure the enemy team doesn't get any, you know, further than what they've gone and touch our base, which is again right behind me. We're also having to make sure that, hey, they don't send any people. Look, they have a rat going toward X right now that we just took out, but we gotta make sure, hey, look, we don't lose 4, because we lose 4, then it means that the other team could have the opportunity to go ahead and make an attack toward X. And actually, it looks like that's what's happening right now. As you can see on the minimap, you see about, I don't know, about maybe 7 players or something like that making a little bit of a small push here, you know, on our point here. So my score is still glitched out, but you know, here we go, just trying to, you know, do what we can to help our team defend. Unfortunately, we get killed here. That's always one of the most annoying things when you're playing this game. You know, you're like, okay, I'm gonna go back and help my team defend a base, and you know, you think you're going to defend, and you think you're gonna, you know, make a difference or something, and the next thing you know, you get killed by somebody who's actually just trying to get into your base. That always hurts, because sometimes you're just like, man, you know, why can't you just go and attack the base? Let me get the kills. But yeah, you know, it is what it is. But sometimes that's good though, because you know, sometimes, you know, if they're attacking you, they're shooting at you. They're not shooting at your base. So, you know, it's probably better you than the base, honestly. But it's just a little bit of an annoying thing when it's your personal score on the line, and you're and especially if you're losing. It's not too terribly annoying this game because, you know, oh look, we lost. We fell out of first place. We're in second place now, but. You know, maybe we'll get that score back. And the other team's really hurting right now. Just we gotta push a little bit more. But as you can see, the other team has taken the opportunity, and now they're gonna start flooding in. They're gonna come in, and you know, we're really up against it right now because, you know, the score is pretty tight, right? I mean, if we kill a few of them, then they'll probably lose the game. But you know, it doesn't take a lot to do a lot of base damage, right? It doesn't take a lot of time to actually deal a significant amount. But that's actually game right there. That's the end of mission, game over. Can't see how many points we ended up with. Actually, we might be able to see right now. Once we kind of like go into the thing, we'll see how many points we actually ended up with. I think we ended up with something like 700 points, but it was a pretty good game. It was pretty close actually, and that's one of the things that I like about Access, is that sometimes you never really know. Sometimes like how close things end up being. I'll show you right here. Look at all these losses today. But if we go to that game, we ended up with 868 points, so which was fairly significant. So it's a pretty high score. But anyway, that's all for this video. Hope you guys kind of enjoyed the little commentary. I just wanted to show, us defeating Purin's team pretty hard, which was nice. So yeah, again, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And I'll see you guys around next time. Stay tuned for potentially more Galgoog videos. Well, not more, but hopefully we'll make some Galgoog videos. We'll see. So thanks for watching, guys, and see you guys around. Thanks. Bye.